Triple Threat Promotions presents the Reno Report, your weekly wrestling news covering all the 3TP action from June the 8th to June the 15th. Hello everyone, I'm your host, Reno Phillips. Sunday kicked off with Ronin Pro's Dragon's Crown Block Y. This has been a grueling tournament so far, with some interesting names already heading to Super 8 off their victories. Quinn Caldwell would face Russ Sutton to kick the show off. Each block of this tournament seems to have kicked off with some high energy. This was no different. Quinn Caldwell picking up the win. 4 stars. Razor Parsons would face Riley Kingston next. Now I want to note, especially with the Unorthodox's most recent Macho Man switch-up, this clearly isn't the same Razor Parsons that came from Ronin Pro to New Extremes Wrestling. I will contact Josh Morgan and see if I can get some more information on the matter. Razor Parsons picking up the win. 3 stars. Rage Robbins would face Ross Sanders next. Rage Robbins picking up the win. 4 stars. Randy Hammond would face Rinmo next. Randy Hammond picking up the win. 4 stars. Quinn Caldwell would face Razor Parsons next. Razor Parsons picking up the win. 3 stars. Rage Robbins would face Randy Hammond next. Rage Robbins picking up the win. 4 stars. In the finals, Razor Parsons would face Rage Robbins. Rage Robbins picking up the win. 4 stars. On Monday, we had Ronin Pro's Dragon's Crown Block J. Russell Shaw would face Yuri to kick things off. Russell Shaw picking up the win. 3 stars. Steve Gage would face Sidesipe next. Steve Gage picking up the win. 3 stars. Sal Raparaz would face Thunder next. Sal Raparaz picking up a big win. 3 stars. Sleaze would face Tasmania next. Sleaze picking up the win. 3 stars. Russell Shaw would face Steve Gage in semifinal action next. Steve Gage picking up a phenomenally quick win. 4 stars. Sal Raparaz would face Sleaze next. Sleaze picking up the win. 3 stars. Steve Gage would face Sleaze in the finals. Steve Gage picking up the win. 4 stars. We also got World Championship Cause, Blockbuster 7. We would hear from Thomas Colville. He was interrupted by Nathan Sanders, who had some thoughts of his own. After a match was arranged, Nathan Sanders made a statement by offering a handshake but delivering a cutter. We then heard from the Wolverines. Damon Glover would face the Mariachi to kick the action off. The Mariachi picking up the win. 3 stars. The Mariachi would then attack Damon Glover with a steel chair after the match. The Insurrection would face the Wolverines next. The Wolverines picking up the win. 4 stars. We then saw Nathan Sanders attacked. Dash Urai would then face Jessica Saint in an eliminator match. Mama Samedi would provide a distraction. Urai would use Green Mist and pick up the win. 4 stars. Wednesday, we would have Frontline on Color TV, episode 68, Fight for Contenders. We would start by hearing from Color TV champion Zach Roper. Ladder match to determine the number contenders for the Frontline Women's Tag Team Championships to kick off the action as XYZ GEN took on Arashi no Unmei. XYZ Gen picking up the win. 3 stars. Contendership for the Warriors Championship next, as Jacob Finch, the third, faced Keith Anderson. Keith Anderson picking up the win. 3 stars. We would see another of those green stitch smiles of mother's children. Chris Iris would face Fletcher Bannon in the main event. Chris Iris picking up the in 4 stars. We would also get an entry from Wrestling Video Game Universe. Second Chance Pro Wrestling Side Job Episode 2. Corey Student, Mark Kyle, and The Arrogant One. Otis Apollo kicked off the show with triple threat action. Otis Apollo picking up the win. 3 stars. Bob Bradley would face Frankie Lancaster next. Bob Bradley picking up the win. 3 stars. Bob Bradley would throw Lancaster out of the ring after the match. SCPW Tag Team title match next. Unfortunately, the manager fell victim to my persona rule. 1 star. That being said, it was a good match. Paul Lee would face Leroy Howard in the main event. Paul Lee picking up the win. 4 stars. Then, Thursday, got an official Spring Fling announcement from Color TV.
Hello everyone, I'm the active GM of Frontline, and I'm here to tell you that we are hosting a 3TP event known as Spring Fling. This event will feature wrestlers from Frontline, New Extremes Wrestling World Championship Cause, and many more. The match card is currently being made, but we have 1 match in the works, and I have a guest who will announce this match proposal.
I've been a champion for a while, and I've been looking for potential people who can make me work my hardest. But there is one person that has been on my mind. A woman who I was watching made me train harder. That woman is Kathy Cross. Kathy, I challenge you at Spring Fling in the main event. We must see who is the true strongest woman in 3TP. We both show how powerful we are. We both held gold and dominated the division. Now let's see who is more dominant than the other. I'm not planning on losing, and neither shall you. Let's fight till we can't fight no more.
Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, miss? Annabella, shake that thing, yeah. Donna, Jody and Rebecca. Woman, get busy. Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop. Just keep swinging it, get jiggy. Get crunked up, percolate anything you want. Because it's oscillating if I don't take pity. More to see you get life on the rhythm of my ride. And my lyrics up about electricity. Girl, nobody can do you nothing.
We also had New Extremes Wrestling Brawl 366. We heard from Piper Hacksaw before Cowboy Roy would interrupt, informing Eli Ward of a future match. We would then see what appeared to be the Phantom and Whitney Palmer talking backstage before our opening match to determine the New Extremes Wrestling Men's Junior #1 contender kicked off as Diamond Ali, Rico Carver, and Airwolf battled it out. Diamond Ali picking up the win, 4 stars. We then saw a discussion between Sean O'Grady and Juan Gonzalez. We then heard from Tyler York. We then had an Ace in the Hole segment. We then saw a conversation between EOD and Rick Weaver. Non-title tag action next as the Outlaws would face Foxy Valentines. Foxy Valentines picking up the win, 3 stars. We then heard from Tasmania. Then in the main event, Diana Simmons would face Day Duran to determine the New Extremes Wrestling Women's World #1 contender. The Phantom, with a distraction, would attack during the match. Diana Simmons still managing to pick up the win, 4 stars. On Friday, we had a response from Kathy Cross.
Kagomi, it's flattering to know I've got your attention, and you should know you've got mine too. I've been watching you for a while now, and there's one thing I'm sure of. We're very similar, but not the same. There's something fundamental that separates us. I am the strongest, most powerful woman across all of 3TP. I can move mountains. I can reduce forests to matchsticks. I could punch the moon out of the sky. At Spring Fling, I am going to give you the fight of your life, and I hope you'll do the same for me.
We also got Bozo Podcast Episode 7. Then on Saturday, we had Ronin Pro's Super 8 pre-show. The pre-show would be a Super 8 mini-tournament. The winners of these matches would be entered into the Super 8 tournament. Alex Albright would face Pat Rex first. Rex at one point frustrated enough to nearly utilize a chair, if not for a swift-acting referee, which arguably helped Alex Albright pick up the win, 4 stars. Franco would face Josh Morgan the second next. Franco picking up the win, 3 stars. We then got World Championship cause Pop. On Saturday, Bone would face Easton Roberts to kick things off. Easton Roberts picking up the win against an impressive showing from Bone, 4 stars. Colville and his cronies would attempt to attack Roberts after the match, but failed. Our Eye on WCC segment this week took us to Aurora, where the most notorious crew would face Connors and McCabe. Connors and McCabe picking up the win, 3 stars. Excited to see more of these two as a team. One half of the WCC Women's Tag Team Champions, Kathy Cross, who is set to face Kagome Katsura at Spring Fling, faced off against Blair Prescott in the main event. Kathy Cross picking up the win, 4 stars. Blari Prescott would attempt an attack on Cross after the match, but Cross was saved by her tag partner Brittany Beth. We then got Ronin Pro Super 8, the culmination of the last 2 weeks of intense tournaments from Ronin Pro. The winners of all the Dragon's Crown blocks doing battle. Alex Albright would face Golden Lion first, Golden Lion picking up the win, 3 stars. Big Bushido would face Franco next, Big Bushido picking up the win, 4 stars. Mercer would face Steve Gage next, Mercer picking up the win, 4 stars. Jamari Mito would face Rage Robbins next, Jamari Mito picking up the win, 3 stars. Golden Lion would face Big Bushido in the semifinals. Golden Lion picking up a surprising win. 3 stars. Mercer would face Jamari Mito next. Jamari Mito picking up the win. 3 stars. Jamari Mito would face Golden Lion in the finals. Jamari Mito picking up the win. 4 stars. Weekly averages. This brings our weekly averages to 3TP, 4.1 stars. New Extremes Wrestling, 3.5 stars. Ronin Pro, 3.4 stars. Zero Channel, 3.2 stars. Color TV, 3.7 stars. WCC, 3.5 stars. Sidebar, 2.8 stars. Now, of course, these are just for fun, and purely my opinion. Links to all these shows can be found in the description of this video or on 3tp.page. That's all for now, folks. We'll be back with another Reno Report next Monday.